Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sovereign Thinking. My name is Michael, and today I will be reading part 7 from a book called The Law of Attraction by Michael Losier. Last week we talked about what allowing is when it comes to the 3-part process of deliberate attraction. Again, just recapping that concept, deliberate attraction consists of identifying what you want, giving attention to it, and then allowing your desire to manifest. If you're just joining me now, then you can find the previous parts of the Law of Attraction by going to my channel and finding the playlist. You're more than welcome to finish this video, but we are in the middle of the book, and I think that it helps to start from the beginning if you're just joining us now. Right now, we just covered the concept of allowing, and today we are going to go deeper into tools that will help you to allow. So with that said, let's get started. Allowing is the absence of negative vibration. Doubt is a negative vibration, and doubt is often created from limiting beliefs. A tool to help you allow. So there are a number of tools for allowing. The first one we're going to explore is allowing statements. The purpose of allowing statements is to lessen or remove any doubt that is preventing you from receiving what you want. After making your allowing statement, you will experience a feeling of relief. That is, you will believe that you are really going to attract what you desire. Believing is also the absence of doubt, as is faith. So 2 ways to know that you've allowed. Remembering that allowing is the absence of negative vibration, there are 2 ways you can tell if you are allowing. First, you can tell by how you feel. When you remove a negative feeling of resistance, most people feel a sense of release, or hear themselves saying, this feels much better. The second way that you can tell is by noticing when manifestation appears in your life. When evidence is showing up in your life, you know you are allowing. In the following pages, you'll learn how to change your thoughts into positive ones. Offering these new positive thoughts over and over again will then create your new beliefs. Remember, a limiting belief is simply a repetitive thought you think over and over again. Therefore, any belief can be changed. I know that I am pausing kind of soon from this passage, but I just think that it is very important to reiterate what Michael Losier said about ways to actually measure whether or not you are allowing. He said that the 2 ways to tell are 1. The way you feel about your desires, and 2. Noticing your desire manifesting. For me, I can mostly tell by the way I feel about my desires. If I've removed all negative feelings or resistances, then I feel pretty good with creating affirmations or desire statements. Speaking of which, we have covered quite extensively how to remove negative emotions surrounding your desire statement, so if you need a refresher on that, you can watch some of the previous videos in this series. But moving on, I think that we ourselves are trained to look for the exact thing that we are seeking to desire, when in reality we need to manifest parts of it first. For example, let's just say that you want to become a doctor or a nurse and you want to manifest that opportunity. Even if your emotions using the law of attraction are aligned with what you're thinking, you're not going to wake up one day with a bunch of offer letters from the nearest hospital. Rather, the law of attraction is going to manifest the next step that you need to take. In this example, someone manifesting themselves into becoming a doctor may actually manifest themselves getting exposed to different med school opportunities that they themselves need to research. Assuming that the individual has removed their negative emotions from their desire statements, they are still allowing it. It's just that they are manifesting the path to their desires. I do think that with the law of attraction, the universe, or whatever, that we have to start thinking about manifestation a little differently. Perhaps it is not meant to be for an individual to manifest $1 million overnight, even with the cleanest desire and allowing statements, but rather they manifest a path and journey towards that $1 million amount. Just some food for thought there that I thought I would present. And now, let's move on. The formula for creating allowing statements. So whenever you hear yourself stating a limiting belief or having doubt, you can use this formula to help create an allowing statement, which will help lessen or remove your doubts. Writing your allowing statement is actually quite simple. Start by asking yourself if there is anyone currently doing what you want to do or having what you want. If so, how many people have been doing this today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year? Write your statements in general terms, so in the third person, because making reference to yourself may create more doubt. And then ensure that the statement is plausible. So here is an example of how to create an allowing statement for the following limiting beliefs. So limiting belief number 1, I like to have a more slender body, but I can't because all my family members are big. So the question here is there anyone on the planet who has a different body size than the members of their family? The answer would be yes. And then the next question, if so, how many people have this today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year? And that's when you create the allowing statement. So thousands of people, even in my neighborhood, have different body sizes than their family members. There are millions of men on the planet that have a more slender body than their father or their brother. And note that this sentence is written in general terms, so in the third person, to exclude making any reference to yourself. Again, that was done to remove doubt. Limiting belief number 2. I'd like to start my own business, but I can't because I'm 50 years old. So the question here is there anyone my age on the planet that has started their own business? The answer is yes. Question, if so, how many people have been doing this today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year? And that's when you create the allowing statement. So right now, there are hundreds of people in their 50s who are starting and running successful businesses. There are millions of 50-year-old plus successful business owners. So write your allowing statements in general terms, again the third person, because making reference to yourself may create doubt, and the purpose is to remove the doubt. I am sure that you have already guessed it, but this week's journal work will focus a little on creating allowing statements. I will also have some other journal work as well for this week, but today I am inviting you to allow yourself to absorb what these concepts mean. This also brings me to my next reminder that Michael Losier has exercises in this book that he guides you through as well. So if you wanted more law of attraction exercises, there is certainly more available within the book itself. In my allowing statements, if I'm feeling ambitious about it, I will also research some statistics to include in it as well. It is important to write an allowing statement in the third person because it makes it more factual. And when it's more factual, the allowing statement then becomes more believable, which is, in my opinion, the most important aspect of this all. And that's why I'll sometimes find statistics is just to really hammer it home and remove as much doubt as possible. But let's continue reading. So how to create your own allowing statement? Well, it's time for you to create your own allowing statement. The allowing statement is used when you hear yourself make statements of doubt. Build a list of these doubts, and you may hear yourself saying, I can't have that because, or that won't happen to me because. Remember that word because? Well, that's a key indicator where you need to build an allowing statement surrounding that. The first step is to uncover the doubt. So reread your desire statement and use it to uncover any doubt that you feel as a result of reading it. For example, if your desire statement says that your ideal job allows you to work a 4-day week and you hear a little voice inside you saying that will never happen because, then jot down your doubt. The second step to creating your own allowing statement is to ask yourself these questions. So start by asking yourself whether there is anyone currently doing what you want to do or having what you want to have. If so, then how many people have been doing it today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year even? And then the third step is to write it in general terms and in the third person. So you write your statements in general terms because making reference to yourself often creates more doubt. Ensure that the statements are indeed plausible. In addition to the allowing statement tool, there are some additional tools, and that includes celebrating the proof, recording your proof of the law of attraction, appreciation and gratitude, using the expression I'm in the process of, using the expression I've decided, using the expression lots can happen. Ask for more information from the law of attraction, make yourself an attraction box, create a void or a vacuum, and allow the law of attraction to figure it out. We will stop here for the day as allowing statements is a pretty big concept and tool to absorb all on its own. In last week's journal exercise, I had you refining some affirmations and desire statements with prefixes. This week, we are going to look at those desire statements yet again to refine and free them from any doubts or negative emotions. However, this week we are also going to incorporate allowing statements, just like what Michael Losier has described to us in these passages I read today. I just wanted to mention this just to reassure you that creating allowing statements is certainly coming up in the near future, and that I just wanted to enhance the journal activity this week with a few other concepts that we will discuss in the next video. As I mentioned before, I think that when you use the law of attraction to manifest what you want, when you allow your desire to manifest, that it may actually manifest as the next step for you to take or a certain call to action. Perhaps you want to start your own business, but you don't have an idea. So what will start happening is that you will end up manifesting opportunities to gain business ideas. I also wanted to mention that the more vague or ambiguous your desires are, then it will be more likely that you will end up manifesting the next most logical step to your dream than the dream itself. This is why it is super important to identify and specify your desires in step 1 of the deliberate attraction process, which again is identifying your desires. As always, please take what vibes with you, leave what doesn't, and just take it one day at a time. Thank you again for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.